Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Somerset Sports Talk, a presentation of Somerset County Recreation Parks and Tourism. And the gang is all here, finally.
Back.
We're back together.
Back.
They thought we were broken up, but like the Beatles, we came back together.
I heard rumblings of cancellation.
Oh, I hope
That
not.
didn't happen.
No.
No.
I wasn't in that meeting.
I think somebody was holding out for a bigger contract, but
Well, it wasn't me.
I'm Gary.
I'm Jack, Gary.
Jack, good to meet you again.
I'm Adam.
And Adam's
Yep,
here.
we're back.
And we are here to drop some knowledge bombs on you. And,
That sounds painful.
well, it is painful, believe me.
We
So,
can also talk about non-caffeinated hot tea if you'd like.
well, that might be a subject for later.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're a good closer.
Yes.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
I'll remember
It's-
the
it's-
hot
it's-
tea.
Yep.
It's a hot take.
Yeah, definitely a hot
Hot
take.
take for
Hot
hot
take?
tea.
Hot
take
tea,
for
hot take.
Yep.
Yes.
Beautiful. All right, we're going to start out with something local. Adam's been doing some homework.
I've got it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Go for
Yeah,
it.
so of course the school year's running down.
Yep.
We are into our championship mode. Congratulations. We'll start off with the Stephen Decatur boys lacrosse team. They won the
Excellent.
2A state championship. They actually
kidding.
defeated Kent Island, so the finals,
Wow.
two shore teams.
Yeah.
Stephen Decatur won that game 9-4. First state title since 1995 for the Seahawks.
Boy, the last couple of years, that
Oh,
high school has produced some really good athletes.
so last week they were actually named, it was USA Today's one of the top 10 best sports schools in the state of Maryland.
Wow.
Stephen Decatur came in at number 9. And that's a statewide list, so
So
that's
are they-
pretty impressive.
So they get great coaching to shore that kind of stuff up.
You know,
I mean, is this
it's
a Berkman
they're,
effect?
They're a
Like-
bigger school, so they have a lot more to draw from. They have a lot of kids who now play travel sports, from
Right.
hockey to lacrosse.
Well, West Ocean City is just
Yes.
booming.
And they have a dominant wrestling program.
Really?
Oh, dominant! I think they've won the last 5 state titles in a row.
So they got some strong dudes.
Football is won
Football's won
consistently.
Football,
back.
Baseball's been a good program. too.
Well, Jack, funny you say that, because
Oh.
guess what? Stephen Decatur's baseball team, they are in the finals tomorrow.
Oh,
The
come
2A,
on.
yeah, they'll be playing at Ripken Stadium. They will take on number 2 Sherwood. They are the number 1 team in 3A. So, looking forward to them bringing home another state championship.
Wow.
How about that?
Wow, that.
Softball, Mardella, which has been just a juggernaut this year, they are defending state champs. They're taking on number 2 Boonesboro tomorrow at University of Maryland. They have pitcher Ava Twilley. She's going to Mississippi State. Now, Mississippi
Whoa.
State, SEC,
That's a big program.
softball, that's a big deal.
That's a
That's a
big
big deal.
deal.
And she actually came from, I don't know if you remember years ago, when the, I think it was either Mardella or West Salisbury, the girls, they made the run and won the World Series.
Wow.
Right.
So she was on that World Series team there out of that Salisbury, Mardella area.
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
And actually 2 more things. Kent Island for the 2A boys baseball, they are in the finals. They're the number 5 seed. They're taking on number 2 Hereford. That's tomorrow at Ripken Stadium.
Wow.
And, I'm a track guy now.
Now, you're not, yes.
I am a track guy.
Change discipline.
Yes, I'm a track guy now.
You look like.
Yes. So, congratulations to Snow Hills, and I'm going to get the last name wrong, but I'm going to try my best, all right?
Right.
Congratulations to Snow Hills. Allie Suarez Apechiche. She won the 3200 state title on Thursday there at Morgan State in Baltimore. Day number 2 of the state meet will be tomorrow at Morgan State. I will be there.
Right.
Yeah.
3,200. I can't drive
That's 2 miles.
3,200
Yeah, that's 2 miles.
without taking a break.
Yep.
2 miles
Yep, 2 miles.
straight. Just
Yeah, she's been a dominant runner here in
That's
the
good.
Bayside throughout the whole season. So she came away with the states. Congratulations to her. It's a big
Fabulous.
deal.
And you're going because of
The Pocomoke 4x4 relay team. They're coming in number 8 out of 16. They won the 1A region. Looking forward to seeing how they're gonna
Who's on
fare
that team?
tomorrow.
Somebody you know on that?
Yeah, well, yeah. Chloe Daniels.
There
and
you go.
Chevy Reese and Audrey Pham and a Riggin kid. Autumn, yes.
some
My
Riggin
youngest.
Somebody
yes.
there.
Yep.
That's
So we'll be
great.
out there tomorrow.
Good luck. to
Right off
them.
Cold Spring Lane, right, Dave? Yeah. It's a good part. That's a good part of the nation, I hear.
You caught a mid-bite over there.
So that's my local wrap up.
That's a great report.
Yeah, that's good.
There's a lot of
Short
great
teams doing
short
well on
teams.
statewide.
Yeah, that's good.
Yep.
It's been going on a long time,
Yes.
too, the representation
Yep.
over here. It's like they come across the bridge and they go, man, ain't no.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you're just blown off the planet.
Yep.
Yeah.
So much talent. And the coaching, it seems like it's consistent year to year. Baseball, across the board, very competitive.
Yes.
I know because I kind of had to get into it in the
Yeah, you
little
were
league
involved
part of
in it, right?
and then got to know some of the prime people involved, and then the coaching at the high school level, and it's very disciplined and very old school teaching, like which
Absolutely.
works
Yep.
actually.
Yep.
That's some good stuff. Good for them.
All right. That's good. That's locally. People sometimes forget about us on this side of the bay, and it's good that we have some strong
Yeah,
representation.
and this goes
So-
back. I was talking to a person when I was checking them in yesterday about, I've been here 24 years and had no idea of the culture, how strong it was with sports.
Yeah.
And that lacrosse thing makes a lot of sense to me, because I think if I were to guess, there might be a Berkman influence on a graduate from SU and his program,
Sure, yeah.
kind of migrated into the
Right.
Stephen Decatur
Yeah, sure.
world,
Yep.
Well,
and that kind of coaching
Yeah.
makes for that next level potential. So
yeah. So they take.
I don't know that. I have no clue who's up there, but that wouldn't surprise
You would think,
me.
and
at
even
some level there.
even if not one of his former players, it's the influence he has where
Sure.
they're always successful in
Because
Division Three.
you
He's
talk
won.
about a culture.
Yeah.
I mean, he dominated this area as a
So
coach
maybe
for so long.
young kids who are playing come and watch them play.
Yeah, could
and
be.
they say, "Look, I want to be."
Yeah.
They know they're good.
Right.
You go to a 1-7 team, and you're like,
Right.
I want to play, but I don't.
Yeah.
But you go to a team that's like 15-0.
Yeah,
I want to be like that.
absolutely.
And,
It goes all the way up through college with recruiting.
Yeah.
If you have a national championship team, people want to go there.
Yeah.
The next group up. So.
yeah. And little kids see that, and
Yeah.
they want to be successful in it. So he also has that influence, I'm sure.
And lacrosse is
So-
an exciting sport to watch.
It is. The only thing I don't like about it is they got like a 1.5-minute shot clock.
Is it?
Yeah, it's
So
long.
they have to. Oh, it's too long for you.
I think it's
minute-
too long.
Minute and a half. Okay, I see what you're saying.
You know,
So would they have to throw it around, or
Like
they
they-
can throw it around a lot.
they pass it around a lot, yes.
Yeah.
But actually, I've been told this by my brother-in-law, whose daughter played at UConn, played lacrosse. He said lacrosse is just basketball on grass.
Yeah,
It's kind of the same thing. You have this offensive sets, and you
Sure.
run pick and rolls.
it's very similar. Sure.
And you cut through
Yeah.
and dive through and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So,
no, it's definitely got a similarity.
yeah.
So Kyle Hoffman is their coach. He actually came from Worcester Prep. I was trying to see
Oh, no kidding.
if I
Okay.
could
Well.
pull where he went to college. I'll get that here.
Yeah.
So eventually.
I mean, again, just as a guess. So,
Yeah.
All right.
But that's good.
All right. You're going to want to jump in on this conversation anyway. We're going to jump to the NBA playoffs.
Right.
Exciting.
Very. I actually watched the first two games,
I watched. Well, this is the most basketball I've watched.
and I watched some last night too.
week. I watched a little bit last night.
Gary, you don't like the NBA.
I'm not a big fan,
No.
but now it's more like basketball. But
It is.
I
Good
don't,
defense.
during the regular season. I don't like the 6 steps
Yeah.
for the layup.
Right.
I'm not a big fan of that.
No.
I'm not a big fan of a lot of flopping, and there is that.
Yeah.
And everybody runs the same high screen and roll, and I like to see something a little bit different. So I do like some teams and what they do, but I was confused the first game between the Knicks and the Cavaliers, because I'm watching the game and the Knicks are like They're out of it. They're done.
22
20
points.
some points. I'm like, I'm going to go to
7
bed.
minutes to go.
So
That's when I woke up.
at the right time.
I saw it all happen. It was
I-
unbelievable.
I got up the next day and I look and I listen to the Dan Patrick show at times, but it's always, I don't listen
Yeah.
to it live, so it's the next day. And the thing for the hour, it talks about what they're going to talk in that hour. It says collapse of the Cavs.
Yeah,
I'm
Cavs.
like, well, they got that wrong. It must have been how the Knicks, they mean Knicks,
No.
collapsed.
No, it was,
And then I'm listening to him and I'm like, what?
yeah,
He's talking about how the Knicks came back and won.
yeah. It was very exciting.
And I was like, wow.
I tell you one thing about this, and I saw Jalen Brunson play a fair amount in college, and he was a good player, team player. You know,
Yeah.
college is about what you're talking about, team and
Yeah.
passing and plays and all that stuff. Didn't seem to me, because he just didn't seem that dominant an offensive kind of threat that he could maintain the level in the pros.
Right.
How wrong was I
Yeah.
about that? And I think a lot of people didn't expect it. He took that game over.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he was driving the lane and he was throwing it up off the top of the backboard and it was going in, and he makes the threes when he has to, and that whole arena was absolutely upside down, cheering and carrying on, and then they got to OT and just dominated. I mean, Cleveland just stopped playing. They couldn't. I don't think Cleveland made a shot in the last 7 minutes, or 8 minutes of the whole game and overtime.
Yeah.
It just seemed like they kept throwing bricks up there, and
Oh, yeah.
it just didn't work out for them. And wow! And
And
then
then-
last night they were tied up, and then they blew them out for a period of time, and then they
Did the
just
Knicks win?
maintained. Yeah, by
Oh,
16
yeah.
points.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. When I went to bed, it was like they knocked it down to like 7 or 8.
Yeah, they got it back up to
And then
16. I
yeah.
fell asleep. I didn't see the end of it, but I saw the score today.
Yeah.
So they're 2-0. Got the 2 at home, and looking pretty much like they're going to
Yeah.
potentially make it. I mean, it would be surprising that they wouldn't make it to the next.
Right.
Cleveland's got some, pretty good firepower, but it's a little inconsistent, right? I mean, you were telling me.
Yes, we were talking about James Harden today.
Harden seems to be.
He's such an inconsistent player.
Yeah.
Just, he's-
Great during the regular season.
Yeah. He's a turnover machine. He just seems to turn that ball over too much.
Great offensive player.
Yeah. But
Defense, a little sketchy.
Oh, he's no defense. He plays no defense.
What defense?
I wonder if they regret not having Darius Garland right now.
I think they probably do.
You know,
Yeah. 'Cause it was
Is he
funny.
hurt?
Somebody said
that's who they traded.
They
They
traded.
traded
To get
Harden.
oh,
Yeah.
okay.
somebody said that he got his 5th foul. Harden got his 5th foul, and they're like, "Well, don't go at him because we don't want him to foul out."
That's not a good
No,
thing.
that's not a good thing. That's
you
how
don't
they-
want the announcers saying
Yeah,
that.
that's well. They didn't say that,
No,
but it was like
no.
the team was like, "We don't want him out. Don't let him foul out.
Don't foul him.
Don't let him foul us. So don't go at him all the time,
Oh, no.
just so he doesn't draw his 6 and he
Yeah.
gets kicked out."
It's
It's
too
funny.
valuable to us.
It's funny you were talking about like you didn't know Brunson was that kind of player.
Yeah.
I was just listening to interview with Patrick Ewing, and they were remarking about how like you didn't realize the guy had a 15 to 18-foot jump shot.
Yeah.
And he was talking about it. He said he called him Big John. Big John told him to get his behind in the post,
Right.
and that's where you stay.
Sure.
And he said, when you get to the next level, you can show them you can shoot. Because I'm sure he knew he could shoot, but again, that's
That was back what
That's
they
what
did
centers
with
were
7-footers
centers,
back
yeah.
in those days.
Yeah.
and
I mean,
I just,
imagine
it's
Ralph
funny.
Sampson playing facing the basket.
Well, we're going to get to him in a
Oh,
minute,
okay.
but yeah, because we're going to talk about Wemby. Let's switch
Yeah.
over to them now. Wemby
Yeah.
and the Spurs.
What a player that guy is. He's unreal.
You know,
He's unstoppable.
well, he's stoppable, but
Not very
like a
often.
lot of I don't like the anointing. If he was that great, they would be the #1 seed, and they're not.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
he's talented,
Yeah.
and we'll talk unicorns, but he's a unicorn,
Yeah,
and
yeah. He's something else.
and it's amazing to watch because he does things you've never seen.
Yeah. Now they did lose the second game, right? I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's 1-1.
So it's
Yeah.
1-1 in that, and that was in
Our-
OKC. So
Mhm.
You know, SGA,
yeah, that guy's good. I have not seen him
the
play.
initials guy.
Yeah, he's
Um,
good though. That guy can score.
Yeah.
But I like OKC.
he had a better second game than the first.
OKC's defense is tremendous. I think. They
But
can
so
really
was
stop.
I watched the first game, and they were like running at
Yeah.
SGA,
Yeah.
double teaming him. I mean,
Yeah.
the guy was in his face 94
Yeah, he
feet,
was.
and I'm like, wow, they're actually playing defense
Yeah.
instead of letting guys walk the ball up the floor and make the first pass and
Yeah.
then go from there.
And Webby's just sits in the post there,
Ah.
swats them like flies coming out of the air. Just-
Like when you take your 2 steps for the layup, he can start at like the 3-point line,
Yeah.
take 2 steps, and end up at the basket.
I like if he is inside, he just kind of if he does to the basket and he wants to get it, he just like wheels and doesn't even jump, just wheels
Yeah,
because he can get over the rim
he's
without
so far
jumping.
away. Yeah,
I mean, he's that tall.
and I saw, and they were talking about this, and like I even remember hearing Reggie Miller going, "What did we just see?"
Yeah.
He went up, he had a runner in the lane, shot it right-handed, missed it. He took his left hand and just
Slammed
swatted
it.
the ball and slammed it back in. I was like,
Yeah.
you're 8 feet from the basket. How
Yeah,
do you
how
do
does
that?
he do that? Yeah, it's impressive.
And-
The other part is that he pulled up with one step over the half court line, and he was like 46 feet or something, and
Did he hit the three?
the
He hit
three.
the three that put him into
put him, tied him up. I think
overtime or
Yeah, I
double
think that's
overtime,
what
whatever it
yeah.
was.
It was a big shot at the end of the game.
And
so.
and now it's going to be interesting what happens because their 2 point guards are out. Harper and
Really?
who's the Fox.
Fox.
Oh, De'Aaron
Yeah.
Fox. Yeah.
Fox has a high ankle sprain. Harper pulled the hamstring, and I saw the game. And I saw part of it last night too, where he grabbed his hamstring after he
Oh, that's
drove,
never
and it
good.
wasn't good.
That's never good.
So that might
yeah,
tilt
that's-
the series.
could have a problem here.
And I wondered this. The first game, Caruso
Oh,
was
man.
guarding Wemby.
He was doing a pretty
Wemby's
good
got
job.
a foot on
foot
him.
at
Yeah,
least.
but he's a really good defender. He
He's
doesn't. They a
great.
lot of times they match him up with the big.
Yeah.
Well, they did that night.
Well,
On some of those last part of the game,
and it's like they're
he broke up a lob to him.
really.
How hard is that to do? He just timed it
well,
perfect.
How hard is it to not hit him on a lob?
Well, there you go.
That's just a bad pass.
Yeah, right.
It was not.
You know-
it was
Throw it
not
15 feet.
Well,
Yeah.
I could
Throw away up there.
I could get an assist if I'm throwing at him.
Yeah, it wasn't the best of passes. That is for sure.
And then I'm wondering, like, why isn't Holmgren guarding
Yeah.
him?
Yeah.
He's 7'1".
Yeah. He did a little. He was in
And then
there
the
some.
second game I saw, he did a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why isn't that the matchup?
Yeah.
But I guess that rivalry between those two goes
There-
back
There
a
was
long way.
There was an on-court camera view from, I guess, one of the end lines, and you really saw, the head of a very tall person,
Yeah.
and then there's the head of Wemby.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a circus. It's like
Yeah.
the tallest man in the world
Yeah.
playing
Yeah.
in front of you.
And, he still kind of looks sometimes like a baby giraffe getting his legs.
Yeah.
Because when he goes down, it looks awkward because he's
Yeah.
so tall.
But he plays with
And
intent.
they're-
he doesn't back down.
No, he doesn't. And they're
He's pretty strong, kind of.
I
aggressive
think,
guy.
legally hitting him the way they can.
Yeah.
Like a lot of elbows to the back, and you're riding
Yeah,
him.
right.
And it's all legal as long
Yeah.
as you're not winding up.
Right. Playoff basketball for the NBA is different, for sure.
Yeah.
It's a lot more
And-
of the aggressive, defensive type plays.
And it's like, is this going to be a rivalry?
yeah.
Like, there's no
Nah.
Lakers, Celtics,
Yeah.
that's not a real rivalry much anymore. It's more of a historical rivalry to
Yeah.
me because they're both not, they were always in the finals
Right.
in the 80s,
Right.
And now,
every other.
and you're hoping, is this going to be a good rivalry? They're both got young superstars.
Yeah.
And is it something that...
So how many years does it take to create a rivalry?
Yeah.
That's the problem. because in those days with those two, Lakers and Celtics, you know, Bird played for 15 years, and
Yeah.
you know, that core four was there for a
Yeah.
lot of years in a row. And the Lakers had Magic, who was there forever, and then, you know, various
Kareem,
others that
Worthy,
came in,
and-
originally
yeah.
them, and then came the others after that supplanted him. But the beauty of that rivalry is it still exists with the old timers
Yeah.
as much as it ever was in
Yeah.
terms of the hatred for each other. That part you can't replace. But now it's hard to do that because players are moving all the time.
Yeah.
Superstars are picking their own place to go play. You know, after a
And
certain
who they
period
want
of
to
time,
play with,
who they
and
wanna
asking
play
them
with,
to come with them,
and all that. So it's hard to
which I'm not.
maintain.
Again, NBA, I'm not a big fan of that.
So it's hard to think that, you know, Oklahoma City is going to, you know, be somebody.
Well, they're young,
They're like, hey,
they're
listen,
deep,
if they won,
so they could be
if they
successful
win
for a
2
long
years in a row,
time.
3 years in a row, you know, that would make probably them the bad boys to go after, and maybe something comes of it at that point. But I'm looking forward. They're playing again tonight. Is that
Tonight,
right?
yep.
Wemby's playing tonight,
Game
right?
3 tonight.
Okay.
Yes.
And that is in San Antonio, probably, right?
Yes.
OKC, it's just 2-2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
how they do it.
2-3-2. Or 2-2-1-1-1.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it that way?
Yeah.
That's a lot of travel.
All right, that's a lot of good talk about winners. Let's talk about losers.
Uh-oh.
The NBA draft lottery.
Oh.
Oh, we know who the winner is.
Well, the winner of the
And
losers.
the winner is.
Well, will they make themselves a winner?
No.
I defer to you because
No.
we are both talking about the team
My
with the number
Jack's,
one.
Jack's Wizards.
Yes,
And my Wizards.
your
yes.
your
Jack and my
Wizards
Yes.
have
Wizards.
the first
They
round pick,
got the number 1 pick.
Wizards
Yes.
number
Yes.
one.
and your prediction is whoever they draft will go somewhere else and win a title in 3 years.
Well,
Within 3?
I mean,
That's the pattern.
I mean,
Yes.
that typically happens for them historically. You can look.
Yes,
The all-star board of the trades.
I hope
is
that
humongous.
I hope, and I can never remember his name. I hope they take the BYU kid.
I
hope
can't.
That's
Tabansky.
yes, that sounds
Something like
right.
Yeah.
He's the best player in the draft.
It sounds like everybody thinks he will go
He's
first.
a great fit for them. He's a
Wow.
he's a wing. He's a
Anybody
he's a
would be a
Kevin
great
Durant
fit for
scorer.
them.
He's a Kevin Durant type.
High volume scorer,
High
yes.
volume scorer. He's a wing guy. But here we go, Jack. You ready for this?
What's happening?
So he went to BYU, right?
Mhm.
His NIL was paid for by the owner of the Utah Jazz.
Ooh.
Guess who has the second pick, Jack?
Ooh.
The Utah Jazz. So there's lots of scuttlebutt that the Jazz are going to offer the Wizards the flip picks. We'll give you Ace Bailey, who we picked last year. The
Didn't want to go there.
The Rutgers kid who did not want to
No.
go to Utah, and then like another first round pick in, I think they said 2031.
I'd take it.
So
They'll take it.
Because the
Okay.
second pick, you're going to get
I don't want him.
Peterson.
Peterson is
Well,
a
he
guy that is going to
gave
demand the basketball. Hello, you have Trey Young.
Yeah.
Those guys. So BYU kid is not Peterson,
Right. He's not as ball dominant.
right? And honestly, well, I'm not going to say that because the Wizards are in a bad. They have a lot of young players. I like
Yeah.
that, and I was going to say honestly, I'd rather have Boozer.
I would.
But then he gets lost in, they have one too many bigs.
Yeah, but he could play 3. I think. I don't know if he could guard 3, but he could offensively could be a 3 because he can step out.
Yeah.
He can shoot. He shot the college 3. And
He's one and done guy, right?
Yeah.
But what they're really going to do is they're going to find like an 8 foot tall kid from like Spain
Right.
that no one's ever heard of
Right.
that's never touched a basketball. And
Yeah.
that's who they'll draft
We'll
out.
develop it.
Yes,
Yeah.
he'll be a development kid, yes. That's what will happen.
Just like the pick they got the Badger kid, Davis.
Oh, yeah, Johnny Davis. Where's
Yeah.
he?
I don't even know.
He's
if
where at the
playing.
Best Buy.
He might be.
He's probably in the back of the Best Buy,
Yeah.
loading the trucks.
Yeah.
He's a member of the Geek Squad. He's putting in car speakers.
Because he never, and I'm a Badger guy. I'm a Badger guy, and he
Yeah.
never should have went because you
No.
could tell he wasn't ready.
No.
I don't know how he was Player of the Year in the Big Ten, and like,
He ended up a Wizard.
yeah, well,
Yeah. They don't have good front office. That's just
So the
they just
inevitability of the BYU player of leaving will just be mitigated by a flop switch of the 1 and 2 picks. So instead of having 3 years to wait to go to Utah, you just go right away.
don't. Yeah, right.
And
Yeah.
win, the championship
Yeah,
next
right,
year.
right. Jazz
So
will be in the
they'll
playoffs
be in the
next year.
next year.
Yeah,
So
right.
might as well,
But and they
if
don't
you got
need a
break
point
and let
guard.
them go quick.
No,
because
they don't need a point
Acuff
guard.
is out
Oh,
there.
I love him.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, I love Acuff from
Yeah.
Arkansas,
Yeah,
but they don't need a point guard.
well, Trey Young's the shooter. He's not a point guard.
But he's a ball dominant guy.
Right.
And that's the thing.
Yeah.
And like he's going to be because Davis isn't going to stay on that team.
Is Young
No,
still
he's- I
pretty
don't think
good?
he's on
Is he
it.
still
I
on?
think he is
Wow.
right now.
On the roster
Officially,
still?
yeah, I think officially,
Oh, I
but
thought-
but he's not going to stay.
No,
He's gone quick. He'll
Yeah.
never play for them.
no.
I don't think has he played a game for them?
He might have.
He didn't play many.
I remember like his rookie year, he played a little bit, but
Who's this? I miss.
Johnny Davis.
No, I was talking about
Oh,
Anthony Davis.
Anthony
Oh,
Davis.
Unibrow.
Yeah, that's what I was
Oh.
talking about.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, he's still on the Wizards.
He's on
we
the
forget
roster.
about we
Yeah.
forget about him. I don't think he'll play.
If he's healthy, because you don't know.
But
if
he's not gonna be.
But was he? They tanked, so they didn't.
Well, yeah.
So they didn't play him
You're
or
right.
Young. They tanked, and look what how tanking rewards.
Hey,
Yeah.
they got their wish.
They did.
They got a little leverage, if
They
nothing
did.
else.
But if he's healthy and he never is healthy, but if he could play, and Trey Young, and then you get, was it AJ Dubansky?
You got
Something like
Dubansky,
that.
you
I
got
don't know.
Sarr, you got Trey Johnson,
you were
you got
all over
Bub
those
Carrington.
guys.
I love all. I just still
Yeah.
like those guys. I see
Yeah.
a lot of upside in the young Wizards, but I still would love to have Denny Avia.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that would help.
look at how
Oh, yeah, I
he
remember
did.
that guy. He was
Yeah,
good.
look how great he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's Jazz, Grizzlies, Bulls, Clippers, Nets, Kings, Hawks, Mavericks, Bucks, Warriors, and then this still kills me. The 12th pick goes to Oklahoma City.
Yeah, because
They're going to possibly win the championship.
yeah, it doesn't
They get the
matter.
12th pick.
And
they-
then they get a
they
top 12 player.
got a bunch of picks.
But their bench is so
that's
deep.
a good front office.
Yeah.
That's a good.
That's a good front
Well,
office.
I guess this all has to do with Chris Paul,
Mm-hmm.
the trade they made,
Yeah.
and it's still bringing
Oh yeah,
benefits.
still
them.
right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, but
Yeah.
So that is a good.
like they
front
said, their
Yeah.
bench is so deep they don't need a draft pick.
Yeah.
Like will he make the team?
Wow.
I don't know.
Good
It's
front
amazing how-
office.
you know,
But he'll just they can put him in the G League. He
Yeah.
can play there, hang out in the G League, and then when they need him, bring him up. Because I think that with the freshmen, I think you're gonna have a lot of freshmen, that would be sophomores in college come out of this draft. I think the draft's gonna be pretty deep.
Yeah.
I think you're gonna go 2024, where there's a lot of quality
Step
in
in,
the
yeah.
in those picks.
Yeah,
What do you think of North Carolina kid? That's the question.
I haven't seen him play.
There's so many people that
Wilson is his name?
claim to be smarter than us in basketball that's saying that he's the guy with the highest ceiling. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah,
He could be, in 4 years, they're saying that that's going to be the guy to say, oh my gosh, why didn't he go number one?
wow.
That's what I'm hearing that from a lot of NBA guys.
And I think, well, he caused Hubert Davis, to lose his job,
Yeah,
basically,
right.
because when he went down, they just
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and with him in the lineup, they were
They were contending.
good. I think they would have gone
Yeah.
won a couple.
I think
games
it's
in
going to be a
the
good draft.
So
It's going to be interesting.
yeah,
Interesting.
all right. So we knocked that off. All right, let's talk this Wemby and unicorn thing. And I've been hearing this a lot the past week or so. There's nobody like him. And I disagree. Because I think Ralph Sampson was like him.
Yeah.
And Sampson could step out and shoot. Now,
Beautiful shot.
he didn't shoot threes, but that's the next evolution where Wemby is a better three-point shooter. But Sampson was this guy. He could play inside. Wemby doesn't play inside a lot.
Not much.
That I see. He doesn't go set up low and pop high. He stays high.
Yeah.
But I think Ralph Sampson was like the blueprint. And now it's Ralph
But
Sampson
there's so much,
2.0.
there's time
even though
bias.
they're different.
Samson played so long ago. that
Well, yeah.
Nobody in the modern era, these writers, bloggers, whatever,
Yeah.
have any sense of who the guy was, unless they really researched and watched his tape.
Right.
So,
And like,
but I remember very clearly because I saw him go through college and then go to the pros.
right.
So,
And I,
you know,
yeah, I
so
do
I
too.
agree with you. He was so talented to be at that tall, to have that nimbleness and that
He could
connection
move.
with his body. You know, he can move.
He wasn't Patrick Ewing who
Right.
went down, posted up, and
Right.
stayed there. And like he would pop out.
Yeah.
He could handle the ball a little
Right.
bit. He could.
So challenged with today's game style, at his early stages of development, I think he develops the same as Wemby did.
I do too. If
He
he
learns
was
it through
if he was
outside, learns to
20,
bring it up the court.
if he was 20, 22 like Wemby,
Yeah.
I don't know how old Wemby is. He would have the same skill set.
I agree with it.
I
But
think so, too.
We're old enough, we remember the,
'Cause he had-
the
yeah.
dude. So,
Yeah.
in live action, it's just sort of, from afar.
Now, who else is a unicorn? Like they throw this. I like saying that term.
I don't
because
think in
it's
sports
funny.
ever that you
Well,
have a
there are
You have,
people who take it a step further,
right. Well, you have that.
or the evolution of the
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
And the one that comes to mind is Curry.
Well, yeah. Greatest outside shooter.
Right.
All time.
Now
But
they
then-
have always been good outside
Right.
shooters. For
but
me, it
then you
goes
can go
back to Jerry West.
To Jerry West or Pete
Yeah.
Maravich.
Yes.
There were some awesome outside shooters, but there was no 3-point line. So there was no kind of like demarcation
So you
like
could see,
Curry
yeah.
had, that you knew he was behind the line,
Yeah.
shooting X number of feet, making these swooshes all the damn time.
Yeah.
Back then, they were popping it up, but they were doing it not by receiving and shooting, but they were making their own shots and driving a little bit, but those guys could score at will, just
Right.
like Curry.
Yeah.
It's his story is literally for the modern day. It's a unicornish type.
Yeah.
What is he, 6'1" or whatever?
Yeah, he's not
If that,
6'2",
and,
maybe.
6'2".
Yeah.
So to be able to do what he's done
Yeah.
with the flair and the confidence and the team that he's on, and he's really made a name for himself in the history of the game. I mean, a lot of kids have come up and are playing now that were influenced by him.
Oh yeah, the influence.
Shooting threes,
Well,
looking, from their hips.
Just as I think Caitlin Clark is a unicorn,
Yeah,
the way that she shoots, but she
right.
saw what Curry did,
Right.
and I think she.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's her.
It's one thing to shoot them; it's another thing to make them.
Yes,
So,
I can shoot half court shots all day.
That's where the unicornish part comes
Yeah.
in. Is that, they actually make them.
And if you were betting on me shooting half court shots, you'd take the under.
Every time.
Yeah,
Pound the
so,
under.
Yeah,
Yes.
even if it was 1.5, you
I'd
would take
rebet
the
it
under.
while you're dribbling.
Yes.
Rebet it.
And now, I two things to say. I take some stuff from the Dan Patrick Show because this is my way of responding to him without being a caller. But the stuff that he brings up sometimes just makes me want to, bring up a
Right.
point. But I will tell you this: the other day I'm listening. You know what they were talking about? They stole this from us.
I did.
Athletes who are actors.
They did.
They did.
We did that first.
Because we
Yeah.
laid the
We're
groundwork
on
for
top
that.
of
You
that.
can handle that.
Yeah.
So somebody on his show was watching or something. and
I got that.
they're like, "Wait, hey, what are those guys in Somerset talking about?"
Yeah.
So
The
I'm
hot
going to
new
steal
show
his.
down there.
Yes,
You better steal from them.
Wemby or Otani. Who's the bigger unicorn?
I was gonna say him when you were
I'd
talking about who are
I'd say
Yeah.
Otani, just based on the fact that he's playing two positions.
But we've had the
the highest
conversation
level.
with Babe Ruth did that too, right? But he
Well,
wasn't
that's
as
true.
successful as a pitcher, correct?
No, he was a
Well, he
good
was a good
pitcher.
pitcher, but he was a better hitter
But
after he stopped pitching.
they wanted him to just concentrate on hitting.
Right.
Like he holds a record for most shutout innings
Okay.
in the World
So
Series.
he was
still or
a good
something.
He was a damn good pitcher.
Yeah, he was a pretty good pitcher, but I don't think he pitched long enough. But and again, there was somebody before you.
Yeah.
Now it was 100 years ago, but
Yeah.
now Otani's doing it.
Yeah.
And now where's the next kid? And then the thing that they kept saying, which I agree, you gotta have that opportunity in baseball. In basketball, you're a two-way player, so you play offense and defense.
Mhm.
But as a pitcher, there aren't pitchers or hitters, and they bring up schemes. When he was at and I didn't realize this, he was at the Air Force Academy for 2 years and then transferred. But I guess he was like a
Sure.
great hitter
Yeah.
for those 2 years at the Air Force Academy.
Sure.
I thought that was him.
And then I don't know if they let him hit at LSU or not, but the Pirates aren't gonna let him hit.
Yeah.
They want, they
Well,
got all that money tied up in his right, but,
Sure.
in his right arm.
It's not unusual to have a good hitting pitcher because they're usually the great athletes of their
Right,
time or area or
yes,
region, and
they grow up
they
usually.
do it all.
Your best player is your
Best
pitcher.
player is
When he's not pitching, he's your shortstop,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
high school.
One of those
Right.
things. Yeah. So
Yeah.
eventually the specialization comes in, and that's so unique now that Otani's doing what he's doing, and that he's being allowed to do what he's doing.
Yes.
Going to the NFL with Travis Hunter.
He's,
First year,
he's another one,
they
yeah.
tried it going both sides of the ball, and he got hurt with 6 games to go or whatever
Yeah.
it was. So we really didn't get a chance to see it. Now they're talking about scaling him back on one side. I can't remember which. I guess
He's gonna play mostly defense.
mostly D, right? And just
And
a few offensive plays.
few different plays for him on
So
offense.
probably eventually he won't do anything on offense unless it's
Yeah.
like a trick play or something.
And again, there's nothing new,
Right.
because in the early NFL, people went both ways.
Right.
You were the quarterback and a safety.
But what's so
And a
what's so
punter.
what's so impressive with Otani is that he's so big. Plus, when you're getting to the top level like the MLB, those hitters are all the best hitters from everywhere in the world coming up to that little point on that
Yes.
that pyramid.
Yeah.
And he's mowing them down like they don't even know what they're doing. So that's where his level of ability and execution it's really off the charts. And then to be able to stand up at the plate and hit a curveball or a fastball over the fence
Yeah,
he is really extraordinarily talented
yeah.
to be able to sustain this.
But for him, it's just, he just grew up doing that.
Right.
So it's no big
Right.
deal for him.
Right.
Like, I don't know why.
He's like LeBron. He just is built to do this.
But baseball got
and
specialized.
Does it. Yeah.
Baseball got specialized.
Right.
And they said pitchers are just gonna pitch.
Right.
And that's, Donnie
Right.
comes from a system
But see,
where,
Los Angeles got really smart. They figured, well, somehow in Japan, if they're doing something over there where their arms don't fall off,
right,
and they bring, 10 of them over and sign 3 or 4 of them.
yeah,
And every time you look up, they're playing, there's a Japanese pitcher
Yeah.
who's got an ERA of 1.23 or something.
well, and
It's no wonder they keep winning. It's
I
crazy.
see it working for the Shorebirds, and I don't understand their philosophy, is they will limit their pitchers to like 70 pitches, 50
Yeah.
pitches, and they never really let them extend out.
Right, so they're not like
To
working
go-
towards a long, bigger
Oh,
number.
yeah, so they're going 4 in, like, I have to make a judgment call on wins or who won or lost. Like when they win, because their pitcher didn't go 5.
Right.
But they do that, but they haven't had a
Well,
lot of
the
pitchers
idea
come
of
through their
starting
system
pitcher,
either.
now is 4 or 5 innings tops.
Yeah.
They're not really looking for much more than that. I used to watch Scherzer when he was at the Nats, and Scherzer was the worst first inning pitcher maybe in the history
Yeah.
of good pitchers.
Yeah.
He let in more home runs and things, but he let in 2, and the rest of the he goes 8, 7 more innings with zilch because he's just getting warmed up.
Yeah.
In today's philosophy, if a guy let 2 home runs in the first inning, he'd be out. Wouldn't even come out for the second inning.
Yeah.
And then you lose the ability of that pitcher to be effective. So I think it's who said about the Japanese? I think it was the man, our big man from afar. He said, "Big man."
I like that.
You know, who I'm
big
talking
I
about.
do. Yeah, I like that.
He said something about, well, they let them throw in Japan. They don't stop them after a point, so they get strong.
Right.
So that's a different philosophy than the orthopedics, in this country say if you throw too much, you wear your arm out.
Yeah.
So maybe whatever they're doing over there is different when they're young to preserve their arms.
Right.
or
If you're
just
not
strengthen
snapping
them.
curveballs
But I guess
off
maybe
at
if you're
13,
not doing this and
Yeah.
ripping up your
Yeah.
ulna or whatever that is down in there,
your Tommy John,
your Tommy John surgery.
which will bring his name up later.
Oh,
Promise you.
man, I'm hitting all the chords of
You are.
predictive elements today.
Bring a duck should fall down when
Man.
you say the
Ding,
say
ding,
the word of
ding.
the
I got-
day.
That's a daily double. I'll bet the
What was
house,
that?
Johnny.
Groucho Marx, what was that show?
I know what
You
you're
know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
And they say, oh, the word of the day, and the
Groucho
duck would fall down.
Yes.
So you got a duck.
I'm so appreciative. Thank you very much. I don't know what I'm going to do with the duck.
All right. We're gonna jump around here a little bit now. Again, got a nice email from Rick.
Oh, Rick.
Yeah,
Bank okay?
I think so.
Okay,
We had
good.
time to send an email,
All right.
so
Well, very good.
so Mr.
Looks like
Potter
things
must
looks like things are leveling
settle
off
down
a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
So here
Potterville is being constructed as we speak.
Potterville.
That's right,
All right.
Rickville.
Yes.
I think he's the one that they're gonna name
Okay.
the town after.
Rickville.
It's okay. Here's his email. Rick, thank you so much for this, by the way. Don't recall if you had a show last week, so he's too busy to watch
Yeah.
now.
Maybe.
But
maybe
we
the
had
run
that
is
show.
still on the back.
It was the best one ever.
Yeah. Well, we haven't had one in 2 weeks, but.
You don't know that.
And then he said, "Did you give a shout out to, is it Sherry DeVoe? Sherry DeVoe, the trainer for the Kentucky Derby
Kentucky
winner?
Derby, yeah, right.
First female trainer to win the Derby." Then he wrote, "Doug a little. Only 17 women have trained a Derby horse in 150 years.
Mm,
Ah, dang.
that's some deep, good stuff right there.
Rick, you should have been a 4.0.
Man, I'm telling you.
Um,
That was an exciting race. Did you watch it?
I did not. I saw the
No,
replay.
I did not.
And we'll get to.
I watched it
I'll just read the
It
first
was
half of this.
exciting.
All right.
That horse was in last place, fairly far along.
Only 7% of trainers are women. Licensing barriers in the past. This he asked why. Old Boy Network trainers come from groomers, assistant trainers, exercise riders, jockeys. You work 7 days a week, up at 4 or 5 a.m., constant travel, etc. And then he wrote, Secretariat's record survives another year. I did see the replay of the race, and I was amazed. Because that horse came from
But back,
Dead last.
Dead last.
down the stretch.
It was past the halfway point. But he was
it
the last point.
It was
It was
almost
coming
down the
around,
stretch.
yeah.
They were all pretty even,
Yeah,
and then
something kicked into that horse.
the jockey ran a great race.
Woo!
And
And it was his brother who was the jockey on the other horse.
yeah,
And it was close,
And
right?
he
down
beat
to the
him,
end.
yeah.
But it was the movie ending of a horse race.
yeah,
You couldn't have made it up.
and that's what they kept saying. First female trainer to win.
Yeah.
It's a Disney movie,
It's a Disney movie.
you know,
It was crazy.
and it would be more of a Disney movie if the horse won the Triple Crown.
So did
Which
the Preakness happen already?
She didn't run him
Yeah,
in the
it was
Preakness.
last week.
yeah, I thought that already. I didn't even know about it.
So here's my
no idea.
question.
Did he win the Preakness too?
No, he didn't run.
Oh, he didn't run it.
Is the Kentucky Derby still a thing?
That was going to be my question. No.
Oh, okay, you ask it.
No, you'd already
Oh.
asked it. No, you didn't steal my thunder. I'm glad you asked that.
'Cause
I say no.
I don't, because they start this show, it's almost like the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And I get it, it's the Super Bowl
too
of
long.
horse racing. They'll start at 1 and the race is a 2-minute race at 7 o'clock.
I was watching golf, and golf was over, and I was kind of thumbing through to see what was on,
Yeah,
and I didn't even know it was on. And I thought that maybe it was at 6:40 that I tuned in,
yeah,
and they're still not put them into the
in
gate.
the gate.
And then I saw one of the horses do a flip, going into the gate,
Really?
and almost landed on his jockey.
Oh,
And they nixed that horse right then and there from running. I
And
mean,
they-
it was freaky.
again, I used to like watching.
But yeah, I don't agree. I don't.
I
think
used to
it's
watch
anything.
all three of them because
Yeah.
there was
Well,
a
the
big
Triple
emphasis
Crown,
on
yes,
the Triple Crown.
and that was
the draw.
That was the masters of horse racing, the Triple Crown.
Yeah.
It brought in everyone. That
Yeah.
if you didn't
Yeah.
go to the horses, if you had no connection with it, that brought you in.
Right.
But what happened this year? The winner of the Kentucky Derby doesn't even run.
Yeah.
So why, and I was actually out at a restaurant, and there was a huge bar, and they had it on. The ladies had the big hats.
Yeah.
They were drinking the drinks, and dudes were probably betting.
Sure.
But I think that's the only draw.
Yeah.
That's it.
Looking
That's
at
the
the-
only draw. So
Looking at
the
the-
mass appeal for the casual
Right.
sports fan, the casual horse racing fan, is not there. And also now this isn't. I don't think this is political, but it's just kind of how the world has gotten. When you're racing and doing things with animals, there's always this certain side of mean to the animals, and
Oh, yeah.
that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So
Abusing the
I think that all of those factors have really made
It's
it
tough. It's
not
tough for
really
culture.
important, not that important anymore.
It's elitist
Yeah.
culture. It's
Yeah.
big money.
Yeah.
People are like, oh,
it's all this. Nobody cares
Right.
really. as it
Yeah.
comes
Like
to
I know
it.
they were always worried about
This
the
is-
horses before.
Yeah.
Like I don't know why. Maybe they became more humane and said we're not going to run this horse again
Well, I think
because
part
we
of
can't.
part of I think too is that you have these 2020 shows or these back behind the scenes, exposés where it's the kind of the dirtier side of it is brought
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
And people are educated in a way that they weren't before. It was more keep us all underground, so it's just the horses are running and it's competition. It's not the doping. It's not the whatever they do to enhance their abilities and so on and so forth. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, who knows? Plus, I think they're protecting like a Kentucky Derby winning horse stud fees
Yes.
pretty high, I
Yeah.
would imagine. And
Yeah.
if he or she gets hurt, it's she mostly, right? Or is it he? No, it's
He's
mostly
no.
he's, yeah.
The
He, well,
studs.
yeah, stud fees. Duh.
Yeah.
Sorry, Rick. But I don't know. I've had a weird day.
So you say, about Rick.
But yeah, so hold back the horse from potentially getting hurt.
Right.
The
'Cause there's a
value
lot
being
of, there's more money
devalued.
in that than
There's
there
more
is
money in
winning
that
the
than
race.
putting them in the race.
Yeah.
And the fame is
And,
not as important as the heritage bloodline.
and I think they said
genetics and all that stuff.
19 of the 20 horses. Now you can fact check me on this and let me know, all of you watching this. 19 of the 20 had lineage back to Secretary.
Ah, yeah. How about that?
So that would be great.
So there's
grandfather,
proof in
father.
the
Yeah.
stud feed
Oh yeah.
situation.
Well,
That
even
lineage is important.
his offspring have offspring, and like
Yeah.
that kind of
Right.
lineage. So
Interesting. I didn't know it was that.
all right. Yeah, boxing and horse racing used to be. You know what it was? Is because so much has changed from the television end.
Right.
When we were young, what did we watch every Saturday?
Wide
Wide
World
World of
Sports.
Sports. And everything was on Wide World of
That's right.
Sports. I remember seeing Ali title fights
Yeah.
on Wide World of Sports. Now, you can't
Point with
find
television. Yeah. You got to
a
pay $50.
championship boxing fight
Right.
on free TV.
No.
You got to spend $100 for pay-per-view.
Right.
But when we were younger, that's why I think we were more well-rounded in sports, and which I'm going to get to later, because this kind of segues into that. Well, I'll do it now. Remember Wild West Sports we used to watch, and they'd have like barrel jumping, ice skates. Do you remember that?
Yeah, a little
Guys
bit,
on
yeah.
ice skates barrel jumping,
Yeah.
and they would have all of these
Right,
kind of,
right, off the, right.
yeah,
Off the
cliff diving in
Yeah.
Acapulco.
Oh, yeah. That's
Like,
so dangerous.
everybody, like I want to be a cliff diver.
So dangerous, jeez.
So there is something like that now, these days. And we'll get back to this other thing. I was watching ESPN, The Ocho.
Oh, we love the Ocho.
I can't get. I
We
still
love
haven't
the
figured
Ocho.
out how to do
Yes,
it.
sir.
I still
It's
don't know how to get it.
it's on sometimes, and sometimes it's not.
Oh, one of
Like,
those.
do you have Hulu?
I don't subscribe. I subscribe
Oh.
to 7 other ones, but not
Okay,
Hulu.
because it's on Hulu,
See?
and it might be
Oh,
Yes,
so you
I
can
do.
even get an
if you have ESPN Plus, you might be able to find it.
I have
Yeah.
that.
Here are
Premium. I have the premium. one.
here are some of the things that
Ocho.
sports that I saw. Forehand strike. Didn't know that even existed. It's like pickleball, a mixture of pickleball and handball. But the ball is about that big, like the size of a
Golf
grapefruit or some sort of melon. And I'm guessing it's a little soft so you can hit it. So guys play like handball on a pickleball court.
Whoa.
So I saw that one. Now listen to all of these because you're going to tell me which ones you would dominate in.
Okay.
Oh for 1.
Yeah, I would do
Soccer golf. Now, you should think of doing
I've heard of
this.
soccer golf.
You should do this.
They have leagues. I was approached about putting it on the course. Foot golf, I thought they.
Well, yeah, I saw it as soccer golf.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know what the real name was. But yes, you have a soccer ball, and you tee off on a regular golf course, and you kick your tee off, your tee shot, and then the hole is about this round. So the
Actually,
soccer ball
They actually carve a hole into the green.
in the green, yeah.
Oh.
Now I wouldn't ask to do that here. I would put like a small ring or something that they had with a lip so they
Well,
could kick
you don't put it
into.
on the green. You put it short of the green.
Yeah, which I thought that would be a kind of fun thing to do for people who aren't golfers. Just like that.
that. Yeah, they throw
Fling
the golf.
golf.
Yeah,
Fling
was
golf.
that what it's called? Fling golf?
Fling.
Yeah.
I've seen that.
I looked
I had
up.
a couple out here practicing for the championship. or something.
I was.
Oh,
I
yeah.
looked into that because I thought I can't golf. Let me fling golf.
It looks like it's okay.
A fling golf club is like $229, like $179 to $229. I'm like,
It's like
you're
a
gonna put
fishing
that
pole.
investment in.
And then it's the head's adjustable, or it's got a flat surface.
It's got a flat surface so,
So
you
you
can
can
putt.
putt.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
rest of the time.
And you can fling it
Yeah.
underhand like a chip
Yeah.
shot,
Mhm.
and overhand. It looks pretty good. I would probably do that. Then there's slap,
I saw that. You sent that to me.
where you
I
hold
saw-
the towel behind your hands,
Oh.
and the person,
Smacks you.
and they open hand cuff you,
Yeah, that's not smart.
and if you fall down, you lose.
You die.
Well, you could.
Yeah.
That's just so.
I'm not
that-
gonna ever do that.
That's so wrong.
I would think one of you two would be able to do this, but they have like a pillow fight league.
I've seen that before. Yeah.
Hello, Floyd.
It's
And
like
you
in
can-
a ring, in like
Yes.
a boxing ring. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was pillow fight.
And you pillow fight, and then you
But
can.
I don't know about that because those
backhand.
dudes, a lot of those dudes were like MMA and kickboxing guys.
Yeah, but
They
they're
were
pillows.
doing that.
They're pillows.
Yeah, but still.
They're not really whipping them at you.
I don't know. They're MMA guys. I'm sure there's some force behind
You're
them.
right.
Adam knows Omega Ball.
Yeah.
That's it's 3 teams on one soccer field with 3 goals.
Yep.
It's a circular field, and it's 3 teams playing,
You can shoot
and you
on
can
any
shoot in
goal.
either goal,
Yeah.
except your own. You can shoot in either of the other 2 goals. So I like
That's
that.
wild.
Whoa.
Slippery
Sounds like
steps.
yours.
That's what I'm in.
Slippery
I'm in
steps?
slippery steps.
I bet you, yeah.
Yes.
What's that?
They have a flight of stairs. They did this in Ocean City.
They did. Yeah. I watched
There's a
that.
flight of stairs, and they just pour liquid soap on it,
Mm.
and you have to get up the steps, and then top step you got to stand up and ring a bell.
Yep.
That
And you're
sounds-
allowed to like push people down.
And you can pull
You're
people in front
racing
of you.
against other people. Yeah.
There's
you
like
can pull
5
them.
people,
that's
Yeah, it's
wrong.
wild.
and some guy gets ahead of you. You can pull their foot.
And they have to wear like wetsuits too to
Yes.
make it even slipperier.
Yeah,
So like your skin.
and you're
couldn't-
barefoot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's
And you-
slippery stuff.
Has anybody ever made it to the top?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Every time.
Yeah. There's always a winner.
It sounds like that obstacle course show that They're jumping from thing to thing, and it's soapy and
Yeah.
American
slippery.
Ninja Warrior.
No, well,
Oh, the
No,
other
not
one. I
that.
know the one you're
The
talking
other one
about,
is- it's
where
the-
they have the ball and people
Yeah.
are jumping
Oh,
on the
yeah,
balls, and yeah.
Yeah.
they bounce and they fly
Yeah,
all
yeah,
around.
Oh yeah, it was on TBS.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it, but
We used to watch that all the
the
time.
host and the hostess were the funniest part of it. That's
Yeah.
what was great about it. But they changed all that, so anyway, but that sounds similar.
I saw a waiter and waitress competition where you have to zigzag through tables and set up the silverware, and then somebody comes, you go back, you tag off, somebody comes in, and they put the food, like you get
yeah.
a salad and a drink, and you got an entree, and they put it on, they serve
Yeah,
you,
Yeah.
and then they go back, and then somebody comes back, and they bust the table, and I saw
It's
that.
all versus time.
These are, yes,
'Cause
actual competitions.
I did that.
Oh, yeah?
Not
Wow.
exactly that, but we had basically it was a service restaurant, but it was for fast. It was fast in and out.
Yeah.
So we were literally running through the aisles, bringing stuff to the tables, and so been there, done that one. But I was young.
Robot Fighting Championship. I didn't see it. I saw that was coming up. I went like.
Is it real robots or is it like the Rock'em Sock'em robot things?
I'm
Remember
not sure.
those things?
I'm not sure.
The-
I didn't see it. So, but I saw that's what was coming up. Like.
Now,
in
is
2
that the
hours.
same thing as the bot wars where?
No, those are pretty cool. It might
they're,
be.
They're like rolling.
But I don't. Yeah.
Things with the razors on
Yeah.
them, and they try to
Yeah,
chop.
they try to
them.
tear
Yeah.
each other
This
up.
is different than that.
I don't know. It could be the same thing.
Whatever floats your boat, baby.
I put World Freestyle Championship, but I don't know what that is. Maybe that was golf. Frisbee golf. I don't know. Roof ball. I would play. Roof
I
ball.
like roof ball.
That's where you
Yeah.
throw the football up on your roof.
Ah.
You have to go around the chimney, and then you have to catch it
Oh,
when it comes down.
And
Who
the
did-
greatest
I
thing
did that
about-
as a kid.
The greatest thing about that is the guy. So they have like a guy who has invented this, and the championships are played at his childhood home,
Yeah.
like in Seattle or somewhere.
Yeah.
You've seen it, right?
I've seen it, yeah.
And like his mom's like sitting out in the grass. Oh yeah, it's great.
I did
Way
that
to
all
go,
the time.
Junior.
They're all swirling drinks.
When my brothers didn't want to play, I'd just go outside, throw the football off the roof, and you wouldn't see it come where it would come down, and
I
you'd
did
try to
that.
catch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember doing
World Dog Surfing Championship,
that. Okay.
National Beach Tennis, Major League Paintball, Adult Big Wheel Races. It sounds
But
what it
way
is.
too much free time.
They're adult-sized tricycles.
Right.
Sometimes you got to carry water. I don't know what that is. I got Battle of the Buoy. I wrote a twist on cornhole.
Baba Booey.
National Putting Tour. I think that's mini golf.
I've seen that also. Yeah.
Yeah, they have actually high dollar championships.
Yeah.
If it's still like it used to be.
Ultimate Tire Wrestling, where you stand next to big tractor tires. They're stacked up, and you have to put the other guy in the hole in the tires.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I didn't see this one, but I
Jesus.
would have loved to. Karjitsu Championship. Jiu-jitsu in a car.
You mean inside a car?
Yes.
Have you seen the coffin thing where they wrestle and you have to put the guy in the coffin?
Uh-uh.
You seen that one?
No.
That's a good one too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, I've seen the one where they throw the inflatable donkey
Yeah.
onto a target
The
and
flea,
get
yeah.
points for how it lands. So,
I'm glad I watched the main sports. This is way too much.
And you know, air guitar also is on there a lot.
yes.
Air
Yeah.
guitar
Air guitar
championships.
championships.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Championship.
Oh my gosh.
And that all
yeah.
started from how we got to this subject, Wide World of Sports. All right. Rick also, he sent us some WNBA early stuff.
W.
Fever
Ooh,
update.
W.
This is through 2 games. Clark shooting 18.8% from threes. Concerned? Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. You guys are fever guys.
Still has
You and
22
Rick.
points per game and 8 assist average.
Fever guys. She's a flopper too.
Much so. Sophie Cunningham leads the team at 5.5 rebounds per game. But like we talked about, when you've been hit all the time, your first 2 years, and you weren't getting it called, I'd flop too. try to make up some of those. Kelsey Mitchell rocks solid and leads team with 26.5 points per game, 51.3% field goals.
What did Rick say about Sophie Cunningham, hottest on the team? Is that what he?
He did not say that.
Oh, okay. That's what I heard.
You could infer that. She leads the team with
Hottest
5.5
shooter.
rebounds per
Yeah.
game.
Rick, behave yourself.
Yeah, when you say hottest shooter, that doesn't always mean like knocking them down.
Right.
Yeah.
Picking them up, not knocking them down.
Atlanta Dream, this is when they were 2-0 with Reese. Alicia Gray, 25 points per game. Reese, 15 rebounds average. Toronto's Marina Marbury,
Hate her.
26.5 points per game. Top 5 point leaders are 29 to 31 years old. Marbury, Stewart, Plum, Mitchell, and Gray. And then he's a Minnesota guy, so the Lynx draft pick, 5'10" Olivia Miles, making an early run for Rookie of the Year, 17 points per game and 7.5 assists per game.
Dave's back there.
Yeah.
So,
Do you need some help?
I heard I'm beyond help, but
Oh, well, David, we're in the middle of something here, so.
go ahead.
If you want to, David will talk to you. He's back behind the counter.
oh, he's hiding behind the counter.
Yes, sir.
Oh.
we'll go
Is
more into
somebody
depth
back there?
WA next time.
I can't wait.
Oh, I know, that's your fate. Well, this
I'm
will give you
gonna bone
time.
up.
This
I'm
will
gonna
give you
bone up
time.
on
Rick gave the Mystics no love on any of that.
Not really.
And
Thanks,
Well,
Rick.
he's a Minnesota Lynx guy.
yeah,
He lives in
I was hoping
Minneapolis.
for a little bit better weather.
I'm going to start following you. Remind me when the Mystics
All
are
right.
playing.
I
so
will.
I'll
I will.
tune in.
Yeah.
So I can get some background on this.
So again, Rick, thank you for the update, and we'll talk more about that. Let me see.
Well, I got a 45-foot motor coach with a Jeep
Oh,
behind it.
homework coming up. Homework assignment, all you listeners. We're gonna go baseball.
Oh,
Not baseball.
I refuse. I don't.
Best ever at each position.
Oh my God.
So
Rick, get on that lead.
no. This is for you
That's
guys too.
tough.
You're not.
That's a lot of positions.
Listen,
You need me?
you don't wanna copy
Oh, you
Rick's
got the
paper.
phone?
2 minutes.
Oh, okay, yeah, no problem.
I have the phone with me.
I got you.
You don't wanna copy Rick's paper. At least you didn't in college.
No.
No. So
No. Well, he seems pretty adequate.
well, he's
I mean,
a
he's
lot.
beyond adequate. He's like an
well,
expert.
He's a lot better of a
Deep
student
dive.
now than he ever was
Well,
when I knew him.
I'm trusting him. Do my
So-
homework. I want him to do my homework.
Me too.
All right, we're gonna start with first base. Just pick a first base. That's all you gotta do. You gotta pick one first baseman who's the
I don't
best
know
ever.
enough of him.
Yeah, just pick some. You do.
You do.
Bryce Harper.
Okay, that don't count.
I told you.
That's not.
I
Good.
know. I bet it's not the right one.
All right, so that's coming up. Mike had a question for you. Now here's where we jump around a little bit about how do you play? He's got bad knees,
Oh,
and by the way, Mike, we are thinking about you. Hope you get better
Yep.
soon. So, how do you play? What do you do to compensate, or what would you suggest? He's got like an artificial knee, and it's not really a good knee. And what do you do?
that's a question that I probably need to do some more research on, just for the fact that the lower body plays such a huge part in swinging a golf club. If the answer to me, because my lower body is not knee related, it's lower back
yes.
really.
Yeah.
But my hips can't come through at all anymore. So basically, I have just learned to make a rotation with my shoulders, reach back, and then as best I can, pull it down, not throw it down with my right hand, because it all goes bad when you do that.
Right.
Try to generate as much arm speed as you can without putting lower body motion into it. It's almost like put your feet together and hit some shots that way and get a sense of not using your lower
Your
body.
legs at all.
And just use your arms more to slap at it almost. But
Yeah.
a golf, you got to have the integrity of the positions to succeed. You can't just slap at it
And hope it goes.
hope it goes.
Yeah.
You still have to do some of the stuff, but put your feet together. Try your feet together and take a 3/4 shot.
Uh-huh.
Whatever club. Maybe tee it up evenly a little bit for practice. so that you don't bang the ground with it. Find your kind of low point. But that would be my first suggestion: is narrow your stance. If nothing else, you don't have to put them all the way together, but narrow your stance to eliminate some of the requirement of the side to side where the pressure might be too much for the knees.
Yeah.
I know that there's folks now that specialize in this kind of teaching of certain injuries and how to compensate for them.
Yeah.
I'd have to do a little more research where there might be something I don't really know. I'm just doing this from my own personal kind of experience, and I've actually tried to get back. I have gotten back out on the course a couple times
Right.
since we've convened last, and surprised myself with some of the success that I've had
Right. Just
on a
doing it
much
that way.
smaller scale in
Right.
terms of distance.
Sure.
So the first thing you have to do is accept that you're going to hit it so much shorter
Right.
that you just got to reconnect with whatever club gets you 100 yards,
Yeah.
gets you 110, 20 tone.
Yeah.
And you may not like it, but who cares?
Right.
If you
You're
can make
playing.
contact and you can get it sort of up.
If I can hit it straight, I'm happy.
Yeah,
I don't care how
that's-
far it goes.
So
Yeah.
from the gold tees on Tuesday this week, I teed the ball up, made a swing. I hit it about 160 yards, 170 yards, just inside the 150.
Uh-huh.
Took out a hybrid and kind of pulled it, and it rolled up another 15 yards. Didn't even fly there,
Yeah.
but it rolled up on the green. I made a 30-foot putt for a birdie.
There you go.
So slap, putt,
Yeah.
3.
There you go.
There's no
So
description
there's
on the
hope
card.
for us, because I have.
So, but the narrower feet will give you an idea of what kind of motion you might be able to generate
How-
speed, because it's going to have to be more of an upper body.
That's what I have to do.
speed.
Like
speed
you, I have a
situation.
back issue, but I also have hip and knee issues
Yeah.
also. So
Now there's
my
other
lower
potential,
body.
like where your weight can be distributed in your feet. Maybe if the narrow feet don't work necessarily, you could try a wider stance to stabilize your lower body. But you want to reduce whatever that strain is that could cause you too much pain.
Yeah.
The one thing about golf is it's very physical. People get saying it's not really a sport. No, there's a lot of forces being put on
Sure.
your joints, and it can hurt a lot
Oh, yeah.
if you're doing it over and over and over, where you can strain things. So, but there's some resources available out there to learn a little bit more about it. YouTube is filled
Full of
full.
stuff.
I'll bang on the door till somebody shows up.
All right.
Hope that helps.
Oh, I'm sure it will.
Good luck.
Another golf question.
Oh, bring it on.
What club would you use if you broke your putter?
All right,
What would you use to
I have
putt?
done that. I've done that. I use a sand wedge.
Really? I would think it would be more of a,
So everyone
Like
think
a
I
three.
take a driver or a 3-wood or something like that.
yeah.
But
You
when
want
I
it
was a
flat.
kid, see with the sand wedge, that this is higher level stuff here, is that when I was learning to putt better, you want to hit up on the ball, not down on the ball, because it creates bouncing.
Oh,
And so
okay.
you want overspin to come off the club as quickly as possible. So one of the ways to do that is to take your sand wedge, 56 degree,
Okay, go
and
to
essentially
outside,
hit it
keep
with the
waiting.
bottom of the flange, which is angled like this.
Yeah.
You don't hit it with the front, you hit it with the bottom.
Right.
So I would get over it, I'd lift it up so that it basically the leading edge of the club was sitting on the top third of the ball, right behind the top third of the ball. And then I just make my motion, powered by my shoulders, arms, all going together, none of this, because then the ball would hop. I just rotate back and through with my shoulders, keep my lower body still, and essentially just top it with a sand wedge. It takes some practice, but the thing of beauty is that it rolls beautifully forward if you catch it at the right angle. And it's because of the weight, it's a similarly weighted head, so the weight of it is similar, so that the energy needed to make the ball roll a certain distance is very similar to the putter.
Okay.
So that's what I have done that. Not even so much as breaking a putter. I've wanted to break putters, but I don't think I've ever broken one. But I would do it from the collar, from the fringe, the grass just off where it's
Yeah.
a little bit longer, and there might have been some up against the collar, the next cut, it's the full cut. So I would take it and it would hit through top of the longer stuff into the top of the ball, which would then scoot it along the collar, and then it would get on the green and roll beautifully, just like a putt.
Yeah.
That's kind of why I learned to do it, because it gave me another shot that mitigated against a little chili dip, or
Yeah.
hitting behind it or sculling it or whatever, that you couldn't control it. Now, you've seen other players who have broken their clubs, try drivers.
Uh-huh.
The problem with the driver is it's a hot face, and it's a long club.
Right.
And it's it's so light, you don't really know how much you need to swing it to hit it a certain distance. So you need to really practice to get that sense.
Yeah.
So that would be my choice. You don't see players break their putters too often,
No.
particularly on the TV, because that's their money stick. That's their money maker.
Oh, yeah.
As they say.
Yeah.
Without a putter, you're pretty much neutered
Right.
from shooting a good score, because
You drive for
trying to
show
hit a
and
longer
putt
putt
for dough.
without a putter, well, that's for sure.
Yeah.
As was evidenced by Aaron Rye at the PGA, he was a guy that was a no-name, nobody, and he executed his putter better than anybody.
Really?
The last 10 holes and shot 6 under for those 10 holes, and blew by all this tightly,
Yeah.
group people to become the PGA champion.
There
So
you go.
That's
a major, right?
Golf's a major,
Yeah.
It's a big deal.
All I know about that is Cooper worked it.
Yeah, well, it was a little bit controversial from the sense that the golf course played so difficult that it was fun to watch in a way that they struggled.
Yeah.
But comebacks were hard to do because you couldn't get a Scotty or a Rory coming in and making a big comeback because they tucked all the pins right behind bunkers. And they were all these, swirling. The guy that redesigned it, I just heard this today, the guy that redesigned the course 10 years ago, who's like top of the list for renovations and restorations of courses, he was asked about the playing conditions in the tournament and how they fared to what he envisioned the course playing like. And he said the greens were too fast.
Wow.
You can't putt those greens at that level.
Yeah.
Because they were too vicious. I mean, they were so vicious. But one guy shot, 9 under, another guy shot 6, and so on and so forth. So they did break the par level, and that's how good they are. These
Yeah.
guys are that good. They can figure out a way to
That's
shoot
how to
under
do
par
it.
on the hardest of golf courses
Yeah.
all over the planet.
That's
So
what's
that part
amazing.
is fun to watch.
Yeah. Real quick, MMA had a big name fight. This past
Rousey
weekend.
and
Carano.
Carano, yeah. Rousey beat her in what, like 15
17
seconds?
seconds.
Yeah.
Can you imagine you're there all watching the prelims, you're getting pumped up. The introduction takes 5 minutes. They come out, throw a couple hands. Carano tried to take her down. Rousey adjusted, put her in an armbar, and that was it.
Tapped out, huh?
She said if I didn't tap out, she would have broke my arm.
Mm-hmm.
She goes, you could hear it crack. I'm like, I don't think you heard it
can't
crack, but
This Rousey, she's been around for a while, right?
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but she
Went
Past her
into
prime.
professional wrestling
for a while.
Oh,
for
she
a while.
did?
She
Yeah.
started out MMA and
So
then
she's
went-
making a comeback?
Nah, I don't know. Carano hadn't fought in like 17 years.
Oh!
She's
So
like
this is like the
44.
old folks, huh?
Yeah, well, it really was for her.
Jiminy. But it was something that
But she wants to fight again. I'm like,
generated interest.
why do you want to fight again? But 17 seconds. That's, I don't know. I just think that's a whole lot of hype for 17 seconds worth of fight.
Oh, that was always the fear with Mike Tyson.
Yeah,
He was
He'd win in
come out one
30
punch, boom,
seconds.
done.
Boom.
And it happened a few times.
All right, like I said, we'll talk more WNBA next time.
All right.
And we'll do some of our homework. So, first base, all-time great.
So I got to reach first base and figure out who played it.
Yeah, and you can't just write who.
Who's on first? What's on second?
Rod
I don't know who's on
was he
third.
a first baseman?
He started out as a second baseman, and then he transitioned to first base.
That's my pick.
No, save it for the next time.
Oh, okay.
So going from another position to first base is okay.
If you think they're the greatest,
Okay.
you know,
Rick.
Rick
Let's go.
Rick will find. He'll
We
probably
need two. We need two lists.
Two
One for
lists.
Jack, one for me. From you.
All right, birthdays.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
You're welcome, thank you.
Let's see who's up.
How about 1826?
There.
Here where we've
That's
been
a
waiting.
good spot.
George Parr,
The
English.
big man from afar.
Oh wow, English cricket batsman. Captained the first English touring team. Born in 1826. 1940. I skipped a lot. I always liked the first guy because I think he must have been good if they go all the way back and they named that person.
I wish I could understand cricket.
I do too. I don't get it because you can hit it backwards and still get points.
Yeah, it's a round and
Yeah.
I
You know how it
don't
works?
So sticky wicket.
Yeah, it is. Once you get involved in it. Yeah. Let's see. Mick Tingelhoff. Anybody remember Mick?
Mick.
Mick Tingelhoff?
get it. No.
Come on. He was a center for the Minnesota Vikings. Hall of Fame. 1940. Now we come back to the word of the day. Tommy John,
Yeah.
born on this day in 1943. Do you remember this guy? He's an American golfer. U.S. Senior Open 2011, born in Washington, D.C. Olin Brown?
Oh, I went to school with him.
I was going to ask. I saw
he went to St. Albans High School with me.
Yeah, I
Really?
saw the.
He didn't even play golf
DC.
when I was there.
Really?
He didn't.
That dude was a hack.
Yeah.
He wasn't even a hack. He didn't even know how to hack.
It was a wannabe.
I ran into him 7 years later in California at a Mexican restaurant. I was alone going out to get dinner. It was the tour school.
Yeah.
And he's sitting there in Temecula, California. And I went up and I said, Owen Brown. He goes, hey, Jack. I said, what the hell are you doing here? He goes, I'm in a tour school. I said, I didn't even know you played golf. Apparently goes to college, takes it up,
Oh, yeah.
plays,
Was
learns
he-
the game, and then 2 years after he graduates, he's at tour school.
Was he a
So
good
he was
athlete in high school?
I don't remember that he was
Oh,
anything
okay.
special.
I
But
knew you'd know the name.
He ended up being a tremendous putter,
Uh-huh.
and he's the most famous. Don't you give me grief about this. He's the most famous St. Albans golfer that's ever lived.
I don't think so. I'm not
I don't
buying
even have that. God, Olin Brown. Why did you bring him up?
Oh, no.
I'm having
Yeah.
palpitations.
Yes,
now.
the rest of his day is gonna stink.
Olin. No, he won a tournament, and I actually had his phone number, and I called him, and I said, man, you've really gone from nowhere to, being somebody.
Yeah.
So, congratulations to him.
Oh, good. It's his
He's a birthday today?
Call him and wish him happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Let's
sure
get him on the
I'm sure that
phone
was-
live.
Come on, let's
Three.
get the call.
Oh.
Let's get him on the phone right now.
He was being considered for like the NBC analyst job.
Oh, yeah.
He's very good on the television.
Good for him. All right, 1960.
Who are other famous Olins?
Olin.
Name one other famous Olin. Olin Mills. Was that a guy or just a
Photo
company?
guy?
What kind of golfer was he?
Photographer guy.
The photo guy. Olin Mills.
Oh,
Olin
yeah,
Mills.
Yeah.
Olin Mills. Yeah, he had a photography studio
Okay.
franchise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He could be lying and none of us would know.
I
You
know.
don't always agree.
No,
with
I've
him.
heard of that. I think I've heard of that.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of him.
1961.
Not a very common name.
No, it's not. Mike Breen. Everybody knows Mike Breen, right? Lead announcer for the NBA.
Oh, yeah, right.
1982, Apollo Ono. American
great.
short track skater. Yeah.
I'm that guy.
1986, Julian Edelman. It's his birthday today. And born in 1987, Novak Djokovic. Yeah.
You got it right.
Djokovic.
Yeah, that's it.
24-time Grand Slam singles winner.
Is he the best ever in tennis? Men's tennis?
Yeah, boy, he might be.
It's hard to argue.
When you win 24, and he's played with two other guys who,
You can't even make the uniform argument because they all look the same.
yeah, or hair.
Boris Becker?
Boris Becker was good,
Lendl,
strong. Lendl, yeah.
Federer.
Federer, Pete
Nadal,
Sampras.
Sampras.
Pete Sampras used to be the best, I thought.
It's
And then
generational. It's all. Everybody gets.
Agassi.
what they get.
Andre Agassi.
Now they got this Alcatraz, or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
He's really good.
All right, in 1877, the third Kentucky Derby Billy Walker wins aboard Baden-Baden.
Easy for you to say.
1983, Cubs Billy Sunday's first at-bat begins 14 consecutive strikeouts. 1884, one-armed pitcher Hugh Daly fans 13.
One-arm pitcher.
I always thought it was the...
Jim, what's
Jim
his
Abbott.
name? Yeah, Abbott.
Yeah,
There
I
was
thought
one
he was the
before him.
first one-armed pitcher.
What year was that?
Nope.
1884. And he struck out 13.
What about Mordecai Three Finger Brown?
Three Finger Brown. It's one of my favorite nicknames when we did our show on nicknames.
Mordecai, that's a great name.
Yeah. Let's see.
Three finger.
In 1962, I don't know why this made the events thing. Roger Maris walks 5 times, 4 intentionally. That's just another day. 1963, Mickey Mantle hits the ball off the Yankee Stadium facade on this date.
You know, it's actually a frieze, not a facade. They call it a facade. It's
Facade's
actually
a false
frieze.
front.
Right.
A frieze is just art on a wall, right?
Sort of.
Or what is
But
it?
To me, it
it's-
looks
it's-
like they
it's
hung
a
a-
decorative type of thing.
Yeah, they hung a
in
picket
architecture.
fence up. That's
Yeah.
what it looks like to me.
They call it a facade.
I did.
But it's really a frieze,
Yeah.
Yeah.
by definition.
Right.
And
I hate
then,
the Yankees and their stupid facade and frieze. How about
yeah.
And their uniforms.
There it is.
and everything else?
2003, Annika Sorenstam becomes the first woman to play on the PGA Tour in 58 years.
Colonial Country Club.
I knew you'd know.
Played with Mark Wilson.
Yeah,
Remember like it was yesterday.
yeah, I knew you would know that. See, I bring the stuff up that you can.
She hit her first
you can
drive,
remember.
250 right down the middle.
She was dominant, right? When she played.
Oh, she was.
Yes.
She won like every tournament.
And she left
Right.
early. She,
She didn't want to have babies.
yeah, she got out of the game. Let's see. That's not everyone's birthday though.
I'm sure it's not.
I've found a few other ones that I just thought were interesting. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle was born in 1859.
Did you know that?
Elementary,
His
my
birthday.
dear Watson.
Yes.
The Hound of the Basketball.
Richard, now I don't know if it's Wagner or Wagner,
Wagner.
influential opera composer known for the Ring
There's,
cycle.
isn't there a
Hitler was a
George-
big fan of Wagner.
Oh yeah.
He had a kind of cool temper on Wagner's.
Right. Right.
Oh, no.
Right.
You know,
It was
He was a Hitler guy.
kind of hard to sell records as a Hitler guy.
Yeah. You get that, that boost.
I
You
would
put
hope
it-
so, anyway.
You put it on the album jacket. Big. Hitler's a big fan. Laurence Olivier, born on this day. Morrissey, former lead singer of the Smiths.
Love that guy.
Oh yeah, great
Yep.
guy.
Love
Great
that
singer.
Yep.
He's on my channel, first wave. Very
Naomi,
falsetto-y voice.
Naomi Campbell, top fashion model.
Greatest line by Morrissey was, "I was looking for a job, and then I found a job, and heaven knows I'm miserable now."
It's been one rotten
Second
job.
greatest
Son
line.
of a-
Yeah.
If a double-decker bus crashes into us, to die by your side would be a heavenly way to die.
Wow.
He was a very,
He was a big heavenly
He was
guy.
a very dark.
Yeah.
They sang very morose and sad tunes to an upbeat.
Yes.
Oh, yeah?
I like that.
Yes.
It's a contradiction, much like myself.
Today sucks. Yeah.
Jennifer Goodwin, known for Big Love and Zootopia. And Maggie Q, star of Nikita and Designated Survivor. Wasn't that a Keith Sutherland
Yes.
show?
Yep.
I don't know who Maggie Q is. On this day, let's see, Mount St. Helens erupted.
I'm going to erupt here shortly.
Killed 57 people and dramatically altered the surrounding
kidding.
landscape. My brother has ash from Mount St. Helens. He was living in Washington.
That was a big deal for a while.
Let's see, Apollo 10. The lunar module came within 9 miles of the moon.
Well, I appreciate that because I have a buddy that just retired.
A critical dress rehearsal for Apollo 11 moon landing.
Going out to it. I live in
Now,
Somerset.
is the moon landing real or fake?
Captain's Cove.
It's real.
Or
I
as
agree.
in Winter's Quarters is no longer around.
Like that whole fake moon stuff is like flat
I
Earth
played there once
Yeah.
before.
stuff.
They're flat
I don't
earthers.
get into any of that.
Let's see, other famous events besides sports. The Wright brothers patent flight.
Lose a lot of stuff.
They're they patented their flying machine.
Sweet dreams and flying machines and pieces on the ground.
Nice. 1960, the most powerful earthquake ever recorded
Where's this voice coming from?
in Chile. In 1980, Pac-Man is released on this
I remember
day.
that.
Are you? Okay.
1992, Johnny Carson's Final Bow.
So when I go to
After
Remember
a
that
30-year
too?
run.
for
Yep.
health organizations and so on,
Who's his last guest?
Bette
and I
Midler?
know that
Didn't she?
county kind of
She
runs
sang
it.
"You Are the
Could've been.
Wind Beneath My Wings"
Could've
on that.
been.
I know that.
That's a terrible last guess.
A couple things I missed in sports.
Terrible song, terrible last guess.
I thought it might have been Robin.
Yeah.
Let's
I
run
was
it
like,
back.
give me one more show.
Let's run it back.
Just
Yeah.
one more show.
Yeah. I want Jim Fowler to bring more animals.
Robin Williams to have another breakdown or something.
Oh, yeah. I missed the birthday of Don Nelson.
Oh, we can't forget Don.
Yeah.
Green Celtic.
Great player with the Celtics, coached Milwaukee Bucks for a long time. And also on this day, Willie Mays hits his 600th career home run.
Say hey.
Say hey. All right, and finally, the national day today. Today is, we gotta celebrate this, Jack. National Maritime Day,
All right.
which was created by Congress in 1933. It honors U.S. merchant marines. They don't get enough respect.
They're tough.
The merchant marines.
They're tough people.
Let's see, it's National Road Trip Day.
Let's go.
Now, National Don't
Very
Fry
good.
Day. You would think fried foods, but
That's
it's
about
not.
sunblock.
It's about sunblock.
Yes.
You know all
I
this.
support that day.
Yes. Well, it's today.
Yes. Very
Yes.
good. Ironically enough, it's a cloudy day.
National Solitaire Day.
Sometimes it's worse when it's cloudy.
National Buy a Musical Instrument Day. Go and buy a musical instrument.
Too expensive.
National Craft Distillery Day, recognizing small, local, and independent spirit producers. And finally, the day that I'll probably celebrate this day, it is National Vanilla Pudding Day. Huh?
So you're gonna? Are you a vanilla pudding
I may
guy?
have vanilla pudding tonight.
Yeah?
Yeah. When I go home tonight, I might make some vanilla pudding. Just in
You know, I
celebration.
had a conversation about pudding and custard the other day. I don't like that word custard.
I'm a skipjack guy.
Really?
Yeah.
Not a custard guy. Out on custard.
I would define the difference between puddings and a custard.
I don't know.
Custard just has eggs, right? Or maybe.
Yeah, I think,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right?
Yes.
It's firmer.
I
It's
think-
more of
Yeah.
a
I'm not a custard
pie
guy.
like.
I would have looked it up. I didn't know that would have been a topic.
My wife's nickname may or may not be pudding in
Huh?
a certain inside family joke.
Really?
Yes. I'm a chocolate pudding guy.
I am too.
And also the butterscotch pudding is
Banana.
excellent pudding.
Banana.
We don't eat enough pudding.
Pudding
We don't.
is lost, it's
Lovely
lost
word.
orders.
Appreciate
It comes
And
in
it-
little cups, you can just scoop right out.